welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, tell a friend. Today on the docket, what do we have? We have the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 3, The Tea is Served. I enjoyed this episode.
This was hilarious. This was, like I said, I'm sorry. And I'm going to probably say this through the whole season, so bear with me, everyone. So, y'all probably got, what, 18
Mhm.
episodes of me seeing this plus the reunion. I would love this show if Drew was getting a divorce. It would just make it that
I'm
much better.
I'm ignoring her now. Is that bad? I'm ignoring her now. She she's she's not bringing the right thing for me. What she's bringing is something that unsettles me as a
Right,
woman, and I don't think that is entertaining.
exactly. And that's just the problem I'm having with this, with her. It's
Mhm.
pretty much just her I have an issue with.
Mhm.
And it's not even her as a person. It's what we're seeing in her life and her dynamics. I understand the ups and downs of marriage.
Mhm.
I get that even though I've never been married. But when
Mhm.
we saw, like, I'd rather see what Luann gave was when she was trying to, like, kind of make it seem like everything was okay. Like, we got to see her try to hide it from the cameras, which was at the time I didn't like, but now knowing her story, I'm like, I get it. And then she went through the divorce and everything, and then she, like, let us know what was really going on, and it made us like her more. But we never saw the count on screen berate her or
We
belittle her.
barely saw the count, period. He didn't
Hey,
participate, you
he had,
know?
well, he had business to take care of, but still,
Well,
I'd rather I'd rather see that. I'd rather see that than see you on your this man who's supposed to love you and cherish you, and be your rock, like, berate you.
it
I have an
is,
issue seeing
yeah,
that. It's
yeah, it's
unsettling. I don't like
very
it.
uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. And I don't know which is more uncomfortable. If this is really happening or if this is something that she created for a storyline, because both of them I'm not down for.
I don't like it. No, I just don't. I just do not like it.
It's
To
cringy.
me, it is only because for me, it's like you should not want yourself to be seen treated this way. Like, if this is a cry for help or a cry for something, I need someone to pay attention. Where is your mama? Where is your family? This is not cool. I don't enjoy it. No one should be treated this way. And it's just like you said, it's very unsettling. And it takes away from the rest of the show. It's like the one downer in the show. Like, their segments are the downers are probably gonna be the downers of every episode.
Yeah. Yeah. She doesn't present herself well. I don't think she meshes with the other ladies on the show well. Uh, yeah.
But she's not going to because she has no connections to anyone on that show. She has all the current cast. She has no real connection to anyone on that show. None.
Who introduced her last year?
Cynthia.
Ooh, and
Remember,
even that was fake.
she was
Yeah.
Cynthia's friend, and then she hitched her wagon to Portia, who are both of them are no longer there.
Mm.
So that's why she seems out of place.
But you know what's really entertaining? The only thing that's entertaining with Drew, and this is so sad to say, is the back and forth with Sheree on the social and the media.
Right?
And
The most interesting thing about you should not be,
how
your
getting
social
dust
media.
out on social media.
Right.
But here's the thing, I'm going to eat crow because, I've been very vocal in saying I didn't want to bring back Sheree, but I'm eating crow now. I'm ordering up my crow and I'm going to eat it for dinner tonight. And I'll continue to eat it. And if Sheree keeps on giving what she's giving both on the show and then in social media, because I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a little bit too much.
I don't blame you though.
Like how Erica was enjoying Harry Hamlin's birthday party. I'm enjoying it a little bit too much. And Sheree, you're okay with me. Oh my God.
But you know what it is with Sheree?
Mm-hmm.
She knows the assignment.
And that's what Drew doesn't get. You know, her Drew's comments on what started up the social media thing was her comments on Dish Nation saying that Sheree needs to worry about whether she's going to come back next season or not. All y'all have to worry about that.
Yeah, for real. Except for maybe Candy, because she probably got a backdoor producer credit, but
but wait. I have a theory. We're derailing here a little bit. Phaedra is coming back to Atlanta, but Candy has an exit strategy with her shows. Let's call a thing a thing. She has shows, plural. Right. You see that Phaedra has Ultimate Girls Trip Ex-Wives Club. She's in the trailer for Dubai. They're bringing her back systematically. And I wouldn't be surprised if Candy leaves Atlanta, or if they do a legacy, she goes on a legacy or something. But I wouldn't be surprised if she retains executive producer credit.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised about it. You want me off this show to bring back in Phaedra to revamp it. Okay, you're giving me additional shows.
Right.
And hopefully she gets the longevity that Tardy for the Party gets, whether people watch it or not.
Right.
And still has some input on Atlanta. Might get a foot in the door on Legacy if they have one. And then because Bravo likes Phaedra, and they'll bring back Phaedra. Maybe it's a baby step towards a final meeting between the two of them to resolve their issues.
Right. Remember, Candy mentioned in the show, she's like, I'm still mad. Someone said something about me years ago, and I'm still mad. And I'm like, you know what? I ain't mad at you, Candy. I'm not mad at you for that.
I don't think, Candy's a mastermind. She doesn't have to be entertaining because she has so many people around her that are entertaining for her that she pays.
Right. Exactly.
Might as well get your return on investment on their salaries and let them make money for you.
Pretty much. plus royalties. What you talking about?
So let's see. All right. So this episode starts up with Kenya looking at a venue for her daughter Brooklyn's 3rd birthday party. The budget is between $10,000 to $15,000. Okay, Kenya. Kenya drops that she mentioned she's going through a divorce. She still needs to put the little girl through college, so keep it closer to 10. We don't know if Daddy's going to contribute, but he's paying child support, so that's the most I can hope for. What'd you think about that dumb scene?
I mean, I'm not mad at Kenya. Like, we have to see something with her. I like Kenya a lot. Like, she looks fantastic. I'm like, she's always been beautiful. It's not, no get wrong, but she looks fantastic. She looks like she's ready to move on. She's wants Mark to sign a little piece of paper and let her go because she probably got a new boo thing under wraps that she can't reveal just yet because she's still married technically. And she's not trying to be out there in the streets like that. That's just my opinion. So, because you can see she got a healthy glow, like.
That's from doing Dancing with the Stars.
True, but like she happy. Like, I'm sorry, like you're raising a 3-year-old daughter on your own, and you that happy. I want to know who's making monthly pipe checks. I'm curious.
God.
I'm curious when you have a child like when you have a child like you're doing it on your own, you're doing everything and you're grinding. But you that happy and you're doing Dancing with the Stars, and I get that, like the notoriety, like she did really really good. I thought she was gonna win. You that happy and glowing all the time? Come on now, you're not gonna sit here and tell me that she won without. You're just not gonna tell me.
Well, I'm. She could be happy for another reason. Didn't she say she turned over a new leaf this season that she's not going to be the villain?
Did she say that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Could be. but she seems to be in a very good space, and I'm happy. I'm happy for her.
Mhm. Hi, everybody in the live chat. Welcome back. This is our Housewives Thursday. So, we're going over everything that is Housewives for the two incarnations that we have going on. And this is the Atlanta version. Welcome, welcome. Next, we see Sheree. And her T-shirt says "Joggers" by She by Sheree or something like that. It's really cute. She needs to sell those.
I mean, Sheree, listen to me. Your two first major deals in distribution needs to be with Walmart and Target. There's no shame in that. That's huge distribution.
Oh,
You
you
need to
mean
make
for all of
money.
her clothes?
Yes. Well, at least for the athletic, the joggers and stuff. Like if
Mm-hmm.
she wants to do like the affordable wear,
Mm-hmm.
get in Walmart and Target. Get in them first because that's huge. That's massive distribution. That's that
Okay.
kind of like churn and burn type um clothing that you can just
Uh-huh.
pick up and they would sell out. Now for your higher end stuff, like the more expensive stuff, like you can kind of wait on that because you're catering to a more niche clientele. Like maybe you want to put it in what Athletica or Leader or one of them people, Lululemon, something like that. Like you can hold off on that, but you need to get those joggers and get that stuff out.
I think if this was anybody else but Sheree, that would be really good advice. But considering we still waiting on She by Sheree from season, what was it, 1, 2, 3
Right,
ish,
all of them.
winter, spring, summer, fall.
Hmm.
um, I'm just asking for a T-shirt,
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to give that solid advice. She may never see this. That's
and
okay.
it's great advice for anyone else but Sheree.
'Cause when your stuff is cute, and like more like general, it has multi-use. That's the kind of stuff you want in like Walmart and Target
But
because it's
where's the stuff? That's. I'm not being shady. I'm just. You have to have stuff,
right to sell it.
right? Right.
Like
That's
shout out to Robin. At least she had product.
yes. She had her hats,
Yeah,
caps.
she had her hats. She had them
Hmm.
though. She had them.
Yes.
Now was she out there signing the deals that everyone was looking at her like, what's wrong with you? No, but she had the stuff to sell. So we gonna shout out to Robin.
Right. And it was on her website.
Yes.
And she did a photo shoot and everything with the ladies, and she was selling them. Sheree, give us some product. We've been begging for years. Just saying. Okay, so she's working out with her trainer Cliff, and she's
Okay.
expecting Marlo.
She got Sheree's on
Um,
Etsy, y'all. I had to throw that in there.
Live in that big.
She
She
got
has to be
Sheree's on
selling
Etsy. She has
stuff.
an Etsy, y'all.
She has an Etsy,
Yeah,
but what can you buy on it?
I'm looking now.
Pull it up
Hold
so
on.
we can see, so we can
I am.
promote. Because I saw
Uh,
her website on another channel, and it's pretty. She's got really good photography.
this is her Etsy.
Oh, she is doing the t-shirts.
I like this. I like this hoodie actually.
Nice. Everybody go to Sheree's Etsy. Um, if you could put that link in the chat, that'd be awesome. Please go to her Etsy and support Sheree. I love it. She has to be selling stuff to live in that big house. Yeah, she does. She does,
Right.
Susan. I'm sure that she makes revenue somewhere. But she also had to tell Drew in that awesome social media SmackDown, I know my worth, and you might have more showtime, camera time, which your husband has more than you, but I was negotiating my contract up until minutes before the first scene was shot. And I was also in that first scene because that's why she showed up with no makeup and in that outfit because they
Okay.
were still negotiating her contract.
I'm not gonna lie. I do like those wine glasses,
Mm-hmm.
and they're affordable.
They're cheaper than the
Ooh,
ones that are on Bravo.com.
look at this mug right here. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
The Real Housewives
Aww.
mug shots. See, I might actually order some of this stuff because this is some cute stuff. Oh, you can have them custom made.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that a Tumblr? Good job. Like this is great job doing accessories while you getting the clothing off the ground. I love this. Oh yeah, she got all types of stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
congratulations to Sheree. Like this is awesome. Like she needs to be promoting this on the show actually.
Maybe she won't because she doesn't want to give them a cut. But she
True.
had it before she came back. I don't know. Anyway, love it. Um, we see Marlo show up, and Bravo is so shady. She did a total of 18 seconds worth of a workout. Um, we find out that Sheree's son works in the wardrobe department at Tyler Perry Studios because Marlo wants to get into that TV film
Mhm.
styling niche. And Marlo can't help but continue to bring up what they said about my event. They go back and forth with that. Sheree says that Candy told her about the assistant, and Marlo's like, no. Marlo tells Sheree that Candy told her about the assistant. And so Sheree is a little miffed now because this is two people that Candy has
Mhm.
told, but Candy hasn't come to her. And she just thinks that they were better friends than that.
I could agree with Sheree, but here's the thing:
Mm-hmm.
the first person we saw Candy talk to, I believe, was Drew. I think, in my opinion, Candy would. I think Candy in her mind was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna tell Drew to tell on herself, and then
But she
she
did. In that conversation, she said, Drew, you need to speak to
right.
Sheree about
And
this.
I think Candy was thinking like, okay, after she gets off the phone with me, she's just gonna call Sheree and just and tell on herself.
Mm-hmm.
But we Candy addresses that later at the end of the show, though. She does address
Mm-hmm.
that, and I agree with Candy. I'm not gonna be running around telling her you need to do it for yourself.
Yeah, sort that out,
Yeah,
because it's going to be a problem because I'm going to open my mouth and say it.
right. Just like she's like, I understand the assignment. We on a show.
Mm-hmm. Next, we see Candy talking to her manager about doing gift boxes to influencers and all of the voting members of the Tony
Smart.
um, thing. It was, she wants to get an EGOT. Good for her.
Yes.
She's got a Grammy. You got three more to go.
Hmm.
Um, I hope she gets the Tony. I really do. Um, but this was a wasted scene for me.
Okay, I understand. Okay, I understand why you say it's a waste, but it really wasn't because we got some insight to them and to Todd. Because what it comes down to, and this is why I like them. I'm sorry, I do like them because at least they're honest. Like you could feel what they're saying. Like when he said,
Mm-hmm.
basically, I just want something where people recognize my talents, and I'm like, and Candy acknowledged that, but he needs to understand no matter what you do together, Candy is seen as the talented one. So she's always kind of going to overshadow you in some respect. So in his case, what I would do is be like,
Mm-hmm.
Candy, here's the thing. We do a lot together, but we need to do a couple things separate because if I keep working with you on everything, I'll never get the recognition I feel I deserve. And it's okay to say that in a professional setting. It really is. At that point, y'all are business partners. You're not husband and wife. And you telling your business partner like, hey, I want to be
Mm-hmm.
recognized for my own contributions, my own talents. This is why I'm doing this on my own. They need to respect that. And I think Candy does understand that. It's just she's responding to his reactions when she wants to do something on her own. That's why
Mm-hmm.
she brought up like she's like, you tried to cut me out of this, but then he wants to say, well, we've always done these things together. You can't have it both ways. You both need to do things on your own to be recognized for your own individual talents.
Mm-hmm.
And they were, I loved it because she's, I feel like he's resentful to me sometimes, and I
Mm-hmm.
agree, I
Mm-hmm.
do agree. He is sometimes, but that's on him to tell her what he needs. And and it's not about him cutting her out. It's about him striking out his own because he was a producer before her. So yeah, I love the scene. I mean, it seems like filler. I do agree, but when you look at it,
Mm-hmm.
this when they're disagreeing, this is the kind of dialogue I want to see versus Drew and Ralph.
I agree with you on that. The only thing is that I saw it as kind of storyline made up because they've been doing stuff separately for quite a long time. And he had to be a very self-confident person to marry her in the first place. So all these years down the line, all of a sudden you feeling left behind and you want credit where credit is due. You've been got credit where credit is due. Look at the restaurants. Like
I
it,
think this, I think he's frustrated because the sex is drying up. Honestly, sorry.
that call a thing a thing. Call a thing a thing.
Oh, the sex is
Don't
drying
say
up.
sometimes I feel like I'm being left behind. Just say she ain't putting up the puss and I'm getting aggravated. We got to make time for the sexy time.
Because he's like, well, it's dried up a little bit. What are we averaging now? 2, 3 times a week. I'm
Like,
like,
what were y'all doing before? My God.
Nate, remember it used to be every day without fail.
That,
At the beginning, it was every day. It was
I don't
every day.
know.
But
That's
then they
like
get,
chase.
but you, but the thing is though, when you opening businesses and doing productions, this gonna slow down a
And
little. This is gonna be,
had kids.
it'll be
Get out of
multi
here, Todd.
higher. But when he was saying what he was saying, like, oh damn, maybe it's like once a week. Well, he's maybe 2, 3 times a week. I'm like, do you realize that's more than some couples get in a month?
Exactly. Exactly. Like, figure out something else, Todd. Stop it.
And Candy's like, I haven't been on my game lately. Sorry, like my bad. Oh,
She got things to do.
right. She should get that EGOT. It's not going having sex with you is not gonna give her the EGOT. Sorry.
The best thing in that scene was the manager who was like, you have your opinions on things and they are relevant.
Right? He's like,
Don't
you would
put
get
me
me in there.
in this.
Right.
I don't get paid enough.
Exactly.
Uh,
Loved it.
okay, so next we see Drew and her assistant shopping for Brooklyn's present. I didn't care for this scene either.
No, it's okay. We can cut her out. Like we just need with scenes with her fighting with Sheree and Kenya. That should be the only time she shows up.
And
Everything else,
well, here's the thing, and where I should have cared was the incident that happened with Sonia. But I know that she called her husband, and then her mama and daddy and sister and brother-in-law, all the kids, everybody, all 9 of them people in her house before
mhm,
she called Drew. And Drew's overacting.
mhm,
Like
that was
I
bad.
remember her in the TLC movie, and she was really good in that. What happened?
Ralph,
Wasn't Ralph married to her then?
I don't care.
Oh,
I'm gonna blame
you
Ralph
just
for
blaming
everything.
everything. Okay. All right. All right. I get you. But yes, Sonia had a car accident. She was pulling out somewhere, and an 18-wheeler sideswiped her and dragged her. That was a big SUV. My God. Thank God
Right.
she was in a big car.
Right. That was my whole thing. Cause you imagine if she was in like a Porsche or a Ferrari, she'd be toe up.
But yeah, she was a little shook. But she gets Drew to come and pick her up. They have to go and pick up Ducey, um, which is Sonia's son. There was some sort of shady comment dropped about getting gas. I didn't even care.
Right.
Next, we see Cherie having a video call with Tyrone. That was Tyrone, right?
Right.
Okay, and asking him to meet her in New York. Can he cross state lines if he in a
That
halfway
was
house?
my thing. That was my thing. Are you allowed? He probably gets special permission. I would assume.
For this? Wait, if this was Love After Lockup, maybe. Because they're used to that production company calling, asking to film. I don't. What? Okay. Okay. I just, whatever. Um, she has that big old drooly dog up in her pretty house.
Right.
Like, I would have a bib on that dog. Mm. Or better yet, out in the yard. Doesn't he go out in the yard at any time during the day? So all that dribble isn't all in your house? Oh gosh. Next we see Sonia and Ross talking about his recent trip to Austin, where we find out he has this chauffeur service that they started a while ago. It went down during the panorama. So he's back there. He's washing cars. He's trying to recruit chauffeurs again, business. They're trying to start the business all over again from the ground up. And they would start talking about, when she called him, freaking out about what happened, and him kind of feeling a little powerless because he was so far away. So I thought that was cute. And actually, it was good that we realized that, yeah, she did call her husband before she called Drew.
Right.
Thank God. Next we see it's the big day. This is the birthday party. And we go to the venue. It looks pretty. What do we expect? We find out that this is the same event planner that did Cynthia's bachelorette. Was that a bachelorette party or a bachelorette party or something like that? It was really cute.
It was the chill party. I can't remember.
The chill, yeah.
Engagement party, I think it was.
Engagement party. Okay. But that was a really nice event. And so she did this for Kenya. Oh God, I forgot her name. But everybody is late. Everybody is late.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Candy's the latest. My God. We see the arrival of Moneta, who is the ex-fiance or wife of Neo.
I thought she was ex-wife.
She's an ex-wife. Okay, so she's the ex-wife of Neo, and she has children with Neo. Then Drew walks in, and she's wearing the same dress that was at Brooklyn's first birthday, but just in a different color. It's just so weird. Kenya notices it straight off the bat and says, "Are you stalking me on IG?" Cute. So that means that Kenya hasn't fully gotten on board with being friends with Drew. Drew and Sonia are talking, and Drew is still talking about how bad her marriage is, that Ralph is sleeping in another bed, and actually he's in LA now.
So she was Moneta was she was the fiance, not married.
Okay.
So yeah, because I had to look it up just to be sure. It says Moneta Shaw was Moneta Shaw married to Neo. Moneta was previously engaged to singer Neo, with whom she shares daughter Madeline and son Mason. They're now 10 and 9.
Oh, okay.
But she's married. But she just recently got married.
Okay. Let's see. So everybody arrives. Candy strolls in with her daughter like 2 minutes before the birthday girl walks in. Not even 2 minutes, like 2 seconds. And Kenya's not happy. Kenya's not happy and doesn't want to hear any of her excuses and kind of cuts her off. Oof.
Oh, so it looks like Moneta's friends with Candy. Because it looks like Candy's
friends with everybody.
Right? Candy and Todd, it looks like Candy and Todd were at her wedding. Along with T.I. and Tiny.
Well, of course, because Neo. Well, she probably knows her from Neo days, but who's her husband now?
He's some gentleman named Heath Carter.
Then if he's not in the music industry, then probably they know her from back in Neo days. Wasn't a Neo a producer or writer or something like that before he became an artist?
Right.
I don't know.
Oh. No, it's just interesting how Candy just knows everybody. I love it.
She knows everybody. She should be introducing everybody on here.
Right.
Because as it turns out, she's the only one with actual friendships with the people who are introduced. So sad. Let's see. So the party's in swing. All the kitties have their faces painted. So cute. Brooklyn is the most adorable little baby girl ever. She seems happy. She's running around with all the kids. Could care less about these old biddies. Kenya says that she has a shady tea game and she wants all of the ladies to write a question on the cards that she's giving them. Mm-hmm. Why are we doing this at a kids' party?
I said the same thing. Like, ooh, it's not going to end well.
I think Candy even says, why are we doing this? Sonia is running around behind her son Ducey, and it is hysterical, even to the point of saying, I'm going to call your daddy. Let's see. The ladies sit down at the table. They start doing Brooklyn trivia. These ladies seem to be having trouble answering these questions. Then we get on to the shady tea game. Candy reads the card, and it says that Candy sucks D in the locker room. And she wants to know who wrote that. Mm-hmm. She seriously wants to know who wrote that. Marlo is so shady in her confessional. She goes, sucks D in the locker room. Did she even go to college?
Right. I was like, oops.
There are locker rooms at gyms. Not that you would know, Marlo. And then Sheree's confessional is like, she is so upset about people talking about her in the streets, but she talks about others and it's not a problem. Mm-hmm. And then she alludes to saying, not that I don't believe it.
Right. That was hilarious. I was like, oops, well, at least you're being honest.
I like the confessionals. I love the confessionals because even Marlo's confessional with that short wig, and she's saying, Sheree, it's in the streets that Sheree owed people money, and thank God I didn't lend her any money because, I had to get my money back. Priceless.
Right.
Love it. The confessionals are on point in this season so far.
It's interesting, like how you see, but see, that's like you said, it's the Potomac influence because Potomac's confessionals were always on point. Mm-hmm. Like the confessionals with them, even though the show is really good, I always found the confessionals more entertaining than the show sometimes because of the things that they would say. Mm-hmm. And Atlanta seems to be going along that same vibe. I don't know if you feel this way, but does the cast seem more relaxed this season?
Yes, and I think it's because there are like friendships have been reestablished.
Okay.
Because there were personal animosities that were unresolved in seasons past. Mm-hmm. And personal gripes that flowed over. Like, this is supposed to be shady, but still friendly. You're still supposed to have a friendship. And this is something that Beverly Hills has to be careful with regards to Erica, because she's very toxic and she hates people on this show. That doesn't lead to a good watching experience for me. I feel her time has run out on this show. I really do. But anyway, we'll get to that later. So Candy gets in her confessional saying that pink outfit, I feel like she's a skater from 1984. Ice skater. I don't like her pink outfit. It's the only fail so far that I'm seeing besides Cherie's Morticia Addams outfit or Elvira outfit. Every outfit except for those two, I'm really liking. Candy wants to know who said it. In her confessional, she adamantly denies it. Yeah, Cherie says basically she ain't surprised because she sucked D every place else. Okay. There we go. Kenya moves on from Candy cutting her off again because she's late. And she says that she can't. Her question is, I can't order on the Lay Archive website. And Marlo explains, basically, you submit an email request to us, we review it, and then we get back to you and decide whether we want to work with you or not. Case closed.
Right.
Shuts it down. But then they start going at each other regarding the cars, the Chanel inspired outfits, and another car was borrowed. It was just ridiculous. And even Candy says, I'm kind of getting bored of this. Find something else to argue about. Then this moves over to Drew saying, I heard somebody don't pay for their assistants.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when Sheree first arrived, Kenya said, don't do anything with Drew at my daughter's birthday. And I think Sheree was going to honor that. But then Drew brought it up. So the can of worms is open.
Pretty much.
And, Drew says, she tells Sheree what Anthony said. And Sheree says that, well, you told Candy, who told everybody else. And then it's a lady in a red fascinator who says, is this the same assistant who said that her husband is gay?
Right.
Shuts the whole table down. Except for Drew, who doesn't really quite comprehend what was said and starts attacking this woman. And I was just like, well, wait. So at this point, I'm thinking she heard what the lady said, what the gossip was. But as we get deeper into the argument, she actually says, I didn't hear when she said that he said my husband was gay. Because like she says she's going to put Anthony on probation. And Candy's like, wait, what? You should be mad about what was said about your husband by your assistant. And she goes, well, what did he say? And she says, he said he was gay. And like, she's like, I didn't hear that. Drew, this is what frustrates me with her.
I heard it. I heard exactly what the Moneta was. Was it? No, the other person.
It wasn't Moneta.
It was
I
the
don't
other
know
person.
who that lady was.
Yeah. It was a friend. It was a friend of somebody. Mm-hmm. And they were also, no, this is what she's saying. She's saying your assistant said this. This is, and I heard her the very first time. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at Drew like, you might want to check that real quick. And then she kept saying, I didn't hear it. And they kept trying to tell her that, no, she's saying your assistant said this about your husband.
Mm-hmm. And in the process of all of that, one of the ladies at the table gets up and she's like, this is a kid's birthday party. We've got to do better. And Marlo's like, Kenya, tell your white friends, they just don't get it. Don't invite them to the birthday party. This is what it is.
Right.
And that same woman who said, my kids are here, she was all up in it at the beginning of filming.
She really was, though.
So you didn't know what to expect. Coming to a filming for Real Housewives of Atlanta. Sit all the way down.
Did you not see Phaedra's shower or whatever? Come on now.
Oh, the Bugetto.
Come on now.
Let's see.
Portia's baby PJ's party. Come on now.
Oh Lord.
You've seen this show. Quit trying to act all dramatic and get a book of sponsor friend next because you ain't gonna be your friend.
Anyway, we get back to Sheree and Drew going at it. Sheree calls Drew a dizzy bitch.
And Drew was funny. She said, did she just really call me a ditzy bitch? And she said, yes, I did, bitch. Like, Sheree.
But wait, and then there's another woman sitting next to Marlo. And Marlo turns to her and is like, with the kid sitting next to her, and she goes, see? You down. You get it. You with us. You cool. You cool. Exactly. It's just like, Marlo, at this table, you're earning your peach, girl. let's see. So, yeah, this is where they have to really drill down into Drew what the assistant said about
Hmm.
her husband.
Exactly.
I still wonder if it's clicking
Nope.
because the next scene is where they're standing up at the front door. Candy is trying to ask the ladies if they're coming to New York next week to go to the play. She'd really like them to come. Cherie is still going back and forth with Drew, but now hands are being pointed. And
Hmm.
so all of the ladies, Manetta, Candy, Kenya, even Sanya, who's holding her son, are trying to part these ladies.
Hmm.
And Drew is like, I think it's to Kenya. She's like, don't be, starting with hands and faces
Right.
because that'll lead you to a beatdown. She knows of what she speaks.
Right.
And even Candy told her, what are you doing? Not with that one, not with Cherie. And she actually goes to the gym, y'all.
Right.
And if what she said in previous seasons was that she had a physical relationship with her ex-husband Bob, allegedly, um you saw how big Bob was, and
Right.
she fought with that. Drew, stop it. Any woman who could fight with a man the size of Bob, who was a professional athlete and really outweighs her, I'm not fighting with Cherie Whitfield. Sorry.
Mm-mm.
Drew, you just look dumb in this episode. From top to bottom, you look dumb. But that's it, y'all. That's the episode.
It
Oh,
was
and
good.
Cherie did tell Candy, I'm gonna need to speak with you. Because she said she's a little disappointed in Candy for spreading that information about not paying the assistant, and she has a relationship with her, and she would have expected that Candy would have come to her, but Candy can't understand how she got in the middle of this. Well, because you talked.
Right.
And you was expecting someone as dumb as Drew to go and do the right thing, and she didn't.
That's what Candy was thinking. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to tell it before it comes out, and she didn't do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I put that more on Drew than Candy, to be completely honest.
And word of caution to Sheree, I wouldn't get into anything with Drew because here's why. Sheree understands the assignment. Drew does not.
Right.
So, like how she had that back and forth with Marlo all those years ago, where they were like,
Hmm.
and all of that, that was all it was. Verbal, verbal.
Hmm.
I find that Drew is just really quick to amp it up to a level that is uncalled
Right.
for. And 9 times out of 10 just doesn't make sense. Because what are
Exactly.
you arguing about, girl?
Nothing.
All right, y'all. Well, that was the show. That was the show. That was the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 3. The tea is served. Guys, thank you for all the thumbs up. We really appreciate it. Thank you for all of the great comments in the chat. We are going to be back at the top of the hour for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills so we can talk about that. I like the episode.
It was good.
I like the episode so far. All right, guys. Jamal, any final thoughts on this episode?
No, it's like so far the season's going along.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just taking it episode by episode, no expectations. I've learned my lesson.
Yeah, yeah. So far, so good.
Yep.
All right. So until the top of the hour.
Of course.
All right, y'all. Bye.
Bye.